All right, now it's time we're going to use our activity main instead of, let me go back to where we were. So we were talking about when we first got started with this project, we were in the main activity. And remember that when we created our array adapter, we used a template, a built-in template that was provided by Android called Simple List Item 1 to display our array data. But we're going to change this now back to our activity main. I'll just do it while we're here. So I'm going to change this back to activity main, but also recognize that activity main is not an Android resource. It is just a resource that we're creating. So we're going to go back and we're going to make this activity main. Okay. And then we're going to add another feature here, and we'll come back to what it means, but let me just type it in here. And so what we're saying now is, and this doesn't exist at the moment, but in activity main, we're going to create a text view for all of our data. Remember, the array adapter is taking each of these elements of the array and it's converting it into text views. So we're going to create a text view called travel that all of our data from the attraction is going to go into our custom activity main not travel view, text view that we're going to create. So that's where we're headed. So at the moment we've got this big error. So let's go into activity main and create that. In the past, what we've done is we've come right into our panel here to do some display and changes, but I'm just going to do it just for something different. Even though it might be easier in the control panel, I'm going to edit the XML directly. So some changes that I'm going to make, instead of, we'll just utilize this text view that's already been created, we'll edit it. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to change this layout width to 0 dp. And what we're referring to there is if we look at our design and we've changed the layout width to match constraint, then it gets set to 0 dp. So I'm changing that particular property. Let's see, we're changing what's going to go into the text. So I don't need that because it's going to come from our array adapter. So what else do we need? So we're going to create a Android and we're going to create an ID. And because we're creating a new ID, we're going to use this plus sign and we'll say ID, and I'm going to call this travel. I don't need a semicolon there, wrong language. What else do we need? We're going to use a something called Android, and we're going to use @drawable left. And what we're doing here is we're going to create for each of our list items an image to the left. Remember that little image that we saw at the very beginning of that Chicago circle, the little icon? We're going to display that to the left of all of our list items. So that's Android. Looks like I have, did I not finish it? Android equals 1 equals. And we want to use that resource that we just brought in, IC Launcher, Chicago. Okay. And this is not the @ symbol there. Okay, there we go. So again, if you look in your, if we scroll down enough, we should see there's our drawable left. So we type this in manually in the XML file. So again, you can see it's kind of starting. You see how that's going to go. So in this travel text view that we're creating, all of our array items are going to be in this list view, and then our icon is going to be to the left of each of those items. So let's see, we might do Android, TRID, Android, text align, alignment, we're going to say text start, and all we're saying is start to the start of our paragraph as opposed to the end of our paragraph. And then Android text size equals 20 SP. Okay. What did I misspell? Android text size equals 20 SP. What am I missing here? Did I spell Android wrong? Android colon text size. Well, let's see. Let me make it easy on myself. So I'm going to come back here, go to text size, and this was meant to be 20. So not quite sure where I messed that up, but now Android. Anyway, I'm sure I'll go back to this end of this video and realize what a mistake I made. So there we go. All right, so Android text size 20. I'm not sure what I did, but that's what my intention was. So again, I guess it's easier to do it in the property palette rather than in the XML, but you can. I think that's all that I wanted to do there. Oh, I've got 220, so how did I do this? Maybe that's my problem. All right, so now that we've done that, and we should be able to go back into our main activity, and it should see our travel. And so our error here is that we can't just say travel. We're going to have to do r.id.travel. There we go. Now that's should all be lined up. So again, our array adapter is going to look into this array. It's going to bind our array data with our travel text view that we just created in our custom layout screen, our layout page, which is going to be the activity main. And now if you run your emulator on the front page there, you should see our custom layout list view that has our, I'm just going to run it and we'll see. So I'm going to put this on I am having a time tonight. I'm going to put it on pause so we can see that in the emulator. All right, and so here is our updated app. We have icons that are now displayed to the left of our words. And there is the array items being displayed in our now activity main custom list view activity. All right, so in the next video, we will work on clicking on different items, and the top two will display in the browser, and then the bottom two will be new activities. So that'll be the next stop.